Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Son to, Pastor Ogunseyi in Australia was able to open up to the Great Lion on why the father feels so disturbed about this drama. That the father did not know the depth of the resentment that those families had for the Great Lion. The jewel. That right now the father actually found out what has been going on. The entire time we have been saying the wife, we've been saying people they don't want her because of our prayers. That is the jewel and all of that. That is not only it. It is even deeper and scarier than that, and it is only because of the fact that Pastor Ogunseyi has been able to talk about it that we are beginning to know. Now, what is this drama that is plaguing the jewel so much that is looking as if immediately she came, that when the Great Lion got married to Wuro, okay, you saw what happened. In less than 2 years, Wuro packed and left, okay? It was the same thing that plagued her that also plagued the jewel. Now, what is that thing? In 2015, 47 princes came out to contest that position. And if you have been following and you know about the history of this position, it's always been wahala upon wahala upon wahala, okay? Wahala to a point where they even had to carry the matter to court, and court decided that the thing will be rotating round. That is the stool, okay? That stool will be rotating round. But every time that the next family wants to sit on that stool, there's always a problem, because they'll get it back. They always feel like, okay, they own it, like it really, like it naturally belongs to them. And they'll get it back happens to be the strongest contender that the school has, okay? So now in 2015, it was the turn for the Gaisaigo, okay? And so the Gaisaigo, they brought their people. There were 47 different people. Even from there, they all came out. They did. At the end of the day, the best took the place. And the best happened to be the Great Lion. The great, humble, brilliant, and in fact, everything. They picked the right person. Now, when they picked the right person, there was heavy wahala, kata here and there. Some people say the Great Lion is political this, blah, 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 blue. It went on and on and on. But the Great Lion now said, okay, now to compensate everyone, so everybody can share from the royal bread and everything will be okay. I am going to marry some of your daughters and bring them close to me so that we can all eat the royal bread. And that statement alone, it was political, but then it saved the day and everything became okay. Now, the same politics they are doing today. When the Great Lion sat down, gidigba, everything was smooth, still here and there. The same elders, they came again and they said, no, that Ifa said, if he marries, or if he married a daughter from the Edo blood, Edo royal dynasty, as in Edo blue blood, rather, that his reign will be long and his reign will be smooth. The Great Lion agreed. And he was new to the stool at that time. He didn't have this kind of experience that he has right now, because every day he is learning and growing. Just like you, just as myself. Like myself, we are all learning and we are growing, right? And so he now agreed because he thought that would tilt him towards longevity on the throne and growth on the throne. And now for the Great Lion had always wanted to be the very best, which he has been. Everybody knows he's been a great king and all of that. And he's carrying his people around. So, along. So he then decided to marry a blue from Edo. less than 2 years, omo wahala katakata here and there. They said everything was being cooked spiritually, then it will manifest in the physical. That woman left and did not even look back. Now, instead of the great lion to go back and go and marry their daughter as he proposed, he now met the most beautiful, the softest, the most succulent baby girl, a brilliant, intelligent, what else? What other word? And succulent preacher. And as God will have it, he met this babe that is not just about beauty. She's beauty and brain, very kind, and has an amazing character disposition as a person. That is the jewel. And he fell helplessly in love with the jewel. Now, when he fell helplessly in love with the jewel, there was nothing he could do. One more proposal. Immediately, that was how he brought the jewel in. Everybody celebrated and all that. And at this point, these people got really mad. They started cooking the thing spiritually again, setting fire, doing this and doing that. That thing that you saw that happened, that the jewel left, until today, they have been trying to bring her back. If not that, Yanifa came, they had to bring Yanifa. They did so much. Even the full moon ritual, they brought long leaves. Some of the things that was included in that full moon ritual list, they said it was unnecessary. They had to bring that long list so that, to discourage the great lion, but the great lion was able to meet it up until that disappointment happened that had to do with the Ofarende. And that was it. Now, what are we saying? The uncle is saying that the jewel is suffering for something that she has no hand in, like she does not know anything. The uncle has concluded in his mind that no matter what the jewel does, no matter what they do, they will still continue to fight the jewel. They'll still continue to fight and make sure that she's not there. Now, it was why immediately the jewel left, they succeeded in convincing him to go back to his promise, the promise that he made in 2015. Now, to go back to his promise, he knew that wasn't what he wanted. He had to bring so many of them, brought 2 of their daughters, brought royalty from other places in Jebo, and he mixed them all together. I'm just saying, okay, if I did marry, might just marry, or marry plenty one time. That was what happened. That is if the information is correct. So, the uncle of the jewel is saying that even if the jewel goes back there, they will continue to fight the jewel. They'll continue to fight the jewel. And the uncle is saying that this very person that is planted there now is planted there because of the jewel. That you see this woman will continue to fight the jewel. There is nothing anybody can do to stop that fight. It's like it is a destiny fight. The woman does not, the anger is that why did the great lion leave her the first time and the second time again, and the second time he chose this one? And the first one, at least that one was royalty. So this one, what is it with this one? And that anger is still there, and that anger will continue. And that is why the uncle is saying he wants her out of that place. Let them not go and buy her. So Dr. Ogunseyi, who happens to be the son, who happens to be the son of the Australian, pastor, has opened up to everything. And the guy is saying that this has got nothing to do with the jewel. That the father believes strongly that should the jewel not leave, they are going to harm the jewel. And that's, is what you say. That's the problem you're saying. That is why the uncle is standing that the jewel must leave. But unfortunately, the jewel is not a small child. You cannot force her to leave. If that is where she wants to be, whether you are an uncle or an aunt or whatever you are, there's nothing you can do. You just cannot just force her to leave, because the jewel, they say, is saying she is not going anywhere. She's very offended and she's very frustrated with the way that they are going about it. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact.